Welcome to the Wrestle Factor Podcast, episode number 15.
Holy crap.
I know. 15 strong. This week we're doing NXT Takeover Toronto 2 and SummerSlam 2019 predictions. And we decided to change it up last minute. It was originally going to be Takeover was not going to count. It was just going to be for funsies. Because you don't watch it on a weekly basis.
No, but I enjoy the Takeover specials.
Very good. But as we were looking through the SummerSlam card, we kind of got the feeling that we were going to have the same predictions on everything. Because we kind of felt that they were a little bit predictable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're doing it. And so we decided to just include Takeover as part of that. And the whole weekend will be the score. And we're going to have, as we usually do, we're going to have bonus predictions. But we're going to do one for Takeover and one for SummerSlam. And what do we get if we win?
Isn't that the first pick in the draft?
Yes.
Yes.
The draft that hopefully is happening next week.
Hopefully.
Whoever wins predictions for SummerSlam weekend gets to go first.
Yay.
And we kind of procrastinated, and we're still working out some stuff.
Just
how big the teams are supposed to be. How the trading thing is supposed to go about. Finalizing
this
some
will
rules.
all be decided about 10 minutes before we record next week.
We probably won't do anything, for another week, and then you'll get here, and then we'll talk about it beforehand, and then that'll be it. Then we'll be stuck with our poor decisions.
Most likely. If I'm still alive by then.
So, I don't know how fast we'll get these predictions, but a couple talking points just from Raw and SmackDown this week, since there's no match for either of these things on the card as of recording this. Some noteworthy stuff. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross became the new women's tag team champions this week.
They're women's tag team championships.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I don't mind, actually. I've always been a big fan of Alexa Bliss, but I liked that they actually had a match. First of all, a match for the titles, but on Raw, and it felt important. It was a Fatal 4-Way elimination match, and it went on for a little while. And
having the Iconics go out first, and so it was like guaranteed new champions.
Right.
So.
And once they went out, I was like, it's probably going to be the Kabuki Warriors. Just because they were like the only ones to tease any sort of feud with them in the last 2 months. But
the only ones that actually remembered that there were tag belts.
Right. My chair's awfully squeaky. But I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I think this, with titles being involved, I feel like it makes like a betrayal angle, or like when someone turns on their partner. I think with the tag titles involved, it makes it that much more impactful.
I mean, look to just earlier this year with Shayna and The Miz.
Right.
They got to the tag belts and then lost the tag belts, and then going into trying to get them back, that's when the
they
big
lost,
turn happened.
And then Shane turned on Miz, and
so
here we are 6 months later.
Yay.
But I didn't really have much else to say about that, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
I like Alexa Bliss, and I like NXT Nikki Cross better.
Yeah.
But I still like her, and excited to see if they have a good run. I think anything would be better than the Iconics run.
Yeah.
Did they get a single clean win the entire time they were champs?
You're asking me to remember stuff too much.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm mostly kind of excited about it because it's another thing. Alexa Bliss beat Charlotte Flair too.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But
yeah.
Okay. Moving on. We got to get through these quick. SmackDown. Well, Raw and SmackDown built more on this Roman Reigns attacker storyline, and I actually got pretty invested in it on Raw because Samoa Joe is an A+ performer and entertainer.
Yes.
And he knows how to keep me interested. And there was, speculation that I speculated that Samoa Joe was the attacker just because they made no mention of it on SmackDown when it happened.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe comes out and he's like, I'm tired of people accusing me. I'm going to hold the show hostage till Roman Reigns apologizes. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns never came out. He arrived. Well, he was told Roman Reigns was arriving. Samoa Joe met him out in the parking lot, and then Roman Reigns got attacked again. Someone was driving a car in a hit and run.
Almost got hit by a car.
Yeah, there was a hit and run. Samoa Joe obviously is not the attacker now. But SmackDown, they talked more about it, and they didn't really officially reveal it.
Yes.
Roman confronted Buddy Murphy, who a lot of people may have suspected was the attacker.
Which, once again, why aren't they using Buddy Murphy?
I don't know. Maybe they will now. But they start fighting in the locker room, and Buddy name drops Rowan. But specifically just Rowan. He said, I didn't see Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So, but this was like as the show was going off the air, they didn't respond. There was no like Daniel Bryan turning in and be like, you did that?
Yeah.
So, who knows? Was it actually Rowan? What I wanted to ask you is, do you think Rowan is actually the attacker, or do you think Buddy was maybe like dropping a name to save himself, or?
I mean,
because now I don't know what to think.
Or I never know what to think.
Not to ask you a question and cut you off, but
like
do you think Samoa Joe hired someone to attack Roman to get the heat off of himself? That's asking WWE to think a little too hard.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell right now. They're trying to do this big storyline, especially going into a bigger pay-per-view. And it seems like they're actually trying to let it breathe a little bit by not just having like, Roman gets attacked.
2 weeks of build, and then it's now on the SummerSlam card.
Yeah, like all in the same night, like Roman gets attacked, and then it's revealed who it is. So it's like,
right.
I don't know, but there's a name. Like Roman has a name now. So right. whether it actually is a Rowan is.
The only part I'm just unsure about is that there are now potentially 5 people involved in the storyline, because they're not going to do Roman without Daniel Bryan there.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what direction this is going to take. They have a lot of options now.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I do like that they're not just cramming another match into SummerSlam, which maybe there will be some. There's probably going to be some storyline thing on SummerSlam, not necessarily a match. I feel like if they want a Roman Reigns match, they're going to book it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because Roman's popular. I would argue that he's like the John Cena of this era.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's what they've been working towards.
Pretty much, yeah. But enough speculation. Let's get on to predictions now. Huzzah! I'm getting tired.
I'm suffering.
This Saturday is NXT Takeover Toronto 2.
Dose.
Or 2019, whichever you want to call it.
Trois.
5 matches on the card. Let's run through them real quick, plus our bonus prediction. We're going to start off with Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae.
Io!
Who do you have, and why?
I just said it.
Oh, I thought you were just shouting her name.
Yeah, like I said, I don't watch NXT week to week, but I have heard a lot that, Io turned heel. Mm-hmm. Apparently it's very good. And
yes.
So I think they're going to...
She's savage.
Yeah, they're going to continue with that momentum.
I think so. I agree, yeah. I like the idea of a Candice and like Io storyline. Not as much as I would like it to be Candice versus Shayna. And I think Candice could be like... I think that's a good like feel-good moment if Candice would be one of the people to dethrone Shayna.
Yeah.
But not really what we're talking about. Yeah, I do think Io has more momentum going into this. Candice is really there because she was, I guess, unappreciated. Because Io had that cage match against Shayna, lost it, and then kind of like blamed Candice for the interference leading to the loss. So she's kind of just salty about that.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Io.
Cool. What's next?
Up next is the NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits defending against Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I think, since the Street Profits have been very prominent on Raw each week, having 2 or 3 segments sometimes, I think, even though they won the titles not that long ago, I think it's time for Undisputed Era to hold the tag team gold again.
Yeah. This one's a tough one for me because, like you said, Street Profits have been on main roster for a while.
But exclusively backstage stuff, no matches or anything.
True. They're more or less just getting their face on TV.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one because didn't they just win the titles at the last Takeover?
Yes, they won at the last. Yeah, they had fought the Viking Raiders on NXT a few weeks prior, and that's why the Viking Raiders relinquished the titles, because they felt like there were no suitable challengers. Also because storyline.
Yeah.
So that set up the fatal 4-way ladder match for Takeover 25, and then that's where the Street Profits won the titles. But O'Reilly and Fish have really been like the only guys like gunning for those titles.
Yeah.
So.
Who did you say you have?
I have Undisputed Era.
I'll go with the Street Profits to retain.
Street Profits.
I'm dying here. I'm sorry.
Street Profits.
Just to keep things different.
Okay, fair enough. Next up, we have the NXT North American Championship Triple Threat. Velveteen Dream defends against Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
Ooh.
What is your guess?
Who's looking strong besides Roderick? Who's been doing good?
They're all kind of even. Pete Dunne only came back a couple weeks ago, and he had a match against Roderick Strong last week. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, rewind a second. A couple weeks ago, Pete Dunne came back and he brawled with Strong, and then he did his like finger break spot, the thing he does.
Yeah.
So last week on NXT, they have a match in the main event, and they're playing off the whole finger break spot, and this leads to Dunne getting a submission win over Roderick Strong. They're kind of playing into that. So Pete is looking very strong at the moment, and he, if I remember correctly, I could be mistaken, Dream also came out, and then he hit Dream with his finisher. So he's effectively put down two people in the same, both of his challengers in the same night, one of which is the champion. So Pete Dunne's got some momentum going into the match.
I don't know. I feel like they want a real good competitor to want to take that title off of Dream. So I see Dream retaining.
Dream retaining?
I see Strong and Dunne getting a little too into it with each other, and Dream will probably sneak in a win.
Okay. What I was thinking, and that is what you said is also a very good possibility. They could, with this triple threat, you could like branch off into so many different directions, and I'm wondering if, because they have mentioned on commentary the last couple of weeks that they were that tag team in the Dusty Rhodes Classic that last year, and Strong betrayed Pete Dunne. Undisputed Era won the titles. I'm wondering if they're going to play off that.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Maybe they'll go into a program just straight up against
But I'm
each
wondering if it's going to play into the finish and one of them wins the titles. Like maybe Dunne gets his revenge on Strong and wins the title off of it. Or if Strong, history repeats itself, that kind of thing.
Who have you got?
I really want to go with Roderick Strong winning. I want him to win, so I'm going to pick him. I think they're all evenly matched.
Yeah.
Which NXT, by the way, is very good at building that way.
Oh, everybody seems viable?
Right.
Everybody seems
the
like
challengers seem just as likely to win the titles as the champion is to retain it. Who'd have thought?
Not your second biggest show of the year, and you could totally see who's going to win.
Right. Next up, NXT Women's Championship match. We have Shayna Bazsler versus Mia Yim. And I think, I'll go first. I think of all the challengers that Shayna's had since winning the title, no offense to Mia Yim, I don't think she's the person to do it.
I was about to say, I saw a little bit of her stuff way back in the day in Impact, and I know she did pretty well in the Mae Young Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I haven't seen much since then. I don't know. Is she on TV a lot?
She is recently, yeah, especially for the build for the title. But her whole thing was the last couple of weeks she has taken out Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir as kind of like a, I've isolated you, so now it's just you and me. There's no like outside interference. And in the past, when we've seen that, Shayna still finds a way around it.
Yeah.
So I really don't think Mia is the one to take the title off of her.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Shayna retaining.
Same.
Oh, not Shane. Shayna.
Shayna.
We'll get to Shane in a minute.
Shayna might just be kind of like that Asuka deal, where she may just be champion until they call her up to the main roster.
That's what I was thinking. If they want maybe to compare her, they want like to build a legacy for her that compares to Asuka's.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna flush it all down the toilet the first time she wrestles at WrestleMania.
I mean, who knows? They're trying to make things better.
We'll see.
It might get better.
Okay, the last match, the NXT Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls with stipulations match. Quite a mouthful. It's Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano 3.
Woo!
The first fall, standard singles match chosen by Cole. The second fall is a street fight chosen by Gargano. And if needed, the third fall will be decided by William Regal. So, who do you have to win this match? I got my pick already.
Adam Cole, baby.
I agree. I think Cole is retaining here. Cole. Because they did have that 2 out of 3 falls match the first time.
Yeah.
And it played a lot into the story of like flowing into the second match.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. They'll probably work out something there where it plays into the finish of this feud. Obviously, they're having a match. Mm-hmm. Duh. But yeah, I just think Cole's retaining. I kind of think Gargano is just kind of done with the title right now. Plus, there's rumors of Ciampa coming back very soon.
Yeah. Gargano works better as the guy chasing the title, not so much the guy
an underdog.
holding the title.
Yeah. He didn't hold the title very long.
Exactly. Which, same thing with the North American title. Like, he didn't hold it for long, which I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, I think he works better as the guy chasing for the title.
Right.
Like,
Wasn't Gargano
the fans are pretty much always going to cheer for him.
Isn't Gargano the first NXT Triple Crown? Yeah, because he won the title. He won the NXT title before Cole did, and then Cole became the second by winning it off of Gargano.
Yes.
Neato.
Fun facts.
Okay, so for our bonus prediction, the question is, what will be the possible third fall for Cole versus Gargano? I actually did not have one picked out yet.
Ladder match.
A ladder match, really?
Ladder match.
Okay, that's interesting.
They're gonna be pulling out a bunch of ladders during the whole street fight. William Regal will just come out and be like, "Oh, you got the hardware. Let's make this a ladder match."
That's actually pretty good.
I don't know.
My brain keeps wanting to go to steel cage match, but I'm like, you can't hide that.
Exactly. Like I was thinking that
they would know.
War games.
War games. They just
why is there a second ring?
Go to commercial for 5 seconds. We'll build this real quick. I don't know, man. They get those sets ready in between matches real fast.
Oh yeah.
They could probably set it up before the show's over if they started at the beginning. Let's see. What? The third fall is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. Just make it 5 falls.
Jeez. Best of 5.
A best of 5. See, I don't know if I want to go with like a common match or a really uncommon match.
Yeah. I tried to think of matches that have actually happened in NXT.
Right.
So.
They don't... I'm going to go the same route kind of that you said, but say tables match instead. There's no reason they wouldn't have tables out there during the street fight as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say tables match because they don't have those as often as ladder matches on NXT. In fact, I don't know the last time there was one.
I was about to say, it's like I don't know if they've ever really had
but
one.
it's a classic and like common match.
Yeah.
It's very simple. So Okay, that's pretty much it for NXT Takeover. Toronto 2. Ooh. A lot of T's in there.
20 minutes.
Wow. Let's run through the SummerSlam card. SummerSlam 2019 also takes place in Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm sure you figured that out. We'll start out with the Cruiserweight Championship. We got Drew Gulak defending against Oney Lorcan. I've got Gulak to retain.
Gabba Gulak!
Gabba Gulak. We got to say that every time, huh?
The only good thing Enzo has ever contributed.
we said this before. Like that his one promo where he just runs down the whole Cruiserweight division. It's the only one I still like.
Are you wearing a scuba shirt?
All right, you got Gulak retaining or Lorcan winning?
Probably Gulak retaining.
Gabba Gulak.
I don't see them putting the belt on Oney Lorcan.
Drew Gulash. Okay, fair enough. I really wish that I stuck with watching NXT UK and 205 Live because I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But it's adding another 2 hours of wrestling each week, which I'm already trying to do my other hobbies and side projects.
Yeah.
To make my total wrestling watch time each week 8 hours. That's so much. Imagine if you went to the movies 3 times a week.
I mean, I went to the movies...
4, probably.
I went to the movies a week or two ago, and I was there for a near 3-hour-long movie.
Yeah.
So.
And, with the waiting for the previews to start, sitting through the previews, this and that, it was probably 3.5 hours, if not longer.
Side tangent. For, whenever you go to the movies, why does there need to be 20 minutes of previews? Honestly,
right.
Like I said, I went to the movies. That happened.
What they need to do...
If the first trailer comes on, I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. Then the second, then the third, and then, the next one pops up. Is okay, I guess there's one more. And then after that, another pops up, and another, and another.
Yeah.
And then it's a commercial for the movie theater telling you that the movie's about to start. It's what? Why?
I totally get it from, a marketing standpoint. The people you're going to appeal to the most with your new movie is people that go to the movies.
Yes, but...
So I understand that, and I understand that's also why when you look up start times for the movie,
yeah,
that's when the previews start. That's not when the movie starts. So
why can't they start showing trailers and stuff 10 minutes before?
But to your point, I think it would be cool if they had the preview start time and then the movie start time paired together, so you know when to get there.
Because you want to get there before even the previews start, or else it's going to be blacked out and you can't see anything. But you got to try and find a seat in the dark.
But if you want to not have to see the previews, you're going to get a crappy seat probably.
Exactly.
Assuming that the movie hadn't just come out.
Anyway.
Back to wrestling. Next match, we got Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. It's raining outside. Gladbog.
Versus...
I didn't even finish saying
versus
that.
Doof Wiggler.
Doof. I call him Soft Wiggler.
I like Doof Wiggler.
Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler.
I am honestly kind of interested in this match. Mostly just because I want to see what they're going to do. Will it be a spear jackhammer and Ziggler loses, or will they actually have Ziggler win for once?
See, I don't know.
I think that's just. I think that's in Ziggler's new contract. You're gonna lose at every pay-per-view.
Yeah, I did like his bit on SmackDown where Goldberg's music played, and then this shows the guy, the security guy banging on the door, and then it's Dolph Ziggler, and I was like, I don't know why I like that one so much more than all his other things, but I just thought it was super funny. So you've got who to win?
I'm gonna go with Goldberg.
Gladbog.
I wanted to go with the wild card pick of Ziggler, but
it's just he hasn't really beaten anyone.
They're not gonna bring Goldberg back for some one-off SummerSlam match and have him lose.
Right.
If it was anybody else, maybe, but it's Dolph Ziggler.
And if they book anyone consistently, it's the legends.
Yeah.
For the most part. They're not going to have Dolph Ziggler beat the guy that squashed Brock Lesnar in a minute and a half, went toe-to-toe with The Undertaker. You're not going to have Ziggler beat that guy. When Ziggler can't beat...
He went concussion to concussion.
Whenever he can't beat Seth Rollins or Kofi Kingston or
Yeah.
He couldn't even have a fair fight with Rey Mysterio this week. Yeah, it's just not really realistic for him to win. So I too am going with Goldberg. From one legend to another, we got Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Oh my goodness.
That's going to be a fun ride home.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. I'm going with Charlotte Flair.
Same.
Because this is an instance where I think they brought back the legend in order to put over
Yes.
the newer talent.
This is like how they had John Cena versus Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns won. It's like this
one of the few people to actually get over.
Yeah, this is like the way of showing is like, you know, we're basically making you this person now.
Yeah,
it's
a little late, but like a passing the torch kind of thing from one like best women's champ to the next one.
Yeah,
because Charlotte already has more title wins than Trish, technically speaking.
Technically.
And her career is not done anytime soon. So, yep, Charlotte. You also got Charlotte.
Yep.
Next up is the United States Championship. AJ Styles defends against Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Who do you have and why?
I have AJ Styles retaining.
No way.
Because that's my boy.
That's your boy.
And on top of the fact that...
how about from a booking standpoint?
But, you know, yes. But the OC, you know...
Oh my Glodbog.
Becoming a new faction recently. And,
yeah.
You know, Gallows and Anderson winning the titles. I think they're trying to keep the whole group strong. And so I see AJ retaining.
Right.
Not even 100% like beating Ricochet, but he will walk out as champion at least.
I agree. I think AJ Styles is retaining. Well, okay, now that brings up a question. We're predicting who wins the match, not who retains the title. So do you think AJ will still win?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's walking out as champion, so he wins no matter what. I'm a winner. And winners find a way.
I wake up every morning and I piss excellence. I am also going with AJ.
I'm a winner. Because winners find a way to win.
Now I'm wondering if I shouldn't
Too late, you
bet
already typed it out.
on Ricochet to win, but Styles to retain. Because you know the OC is going to be out there and having some sort of influence on this match. Like, who's to say Ricochet doesn't get the upper hand on AJ at some point, and then they just like...
Well, decide. As soon as you scroll down past that page,
I can still see the bottom edge of the page. It's still there. What are the other matches?
3, 2, 1.
Nope, I'm sticking with it. AJ.
All right.
Next up is Finn Balor. Jeez, dude.
I think that sound wave was that thunder.
We're trying to do the podcast.
Thanks, Mother Nature.
Finn Balor versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt.
Do
I have to ask you this question? Who do you have and why?
3, 2, 1.
Bray Wyatt.
They're not going to build this guy up for like 3 or 4 months now.
Have him, ambush legends.
Getting some good thunder sound effects here.
Yeah, it creates a good ambient background noise, I think. Okay. We're doing great so far. I have the same prediction on the first 5 matches.
Awesome.
Next up is the Raw Women's Championship submission match. We have Becky Lynch versus Natalya. I'm going with Lynch retaining.
Same.
Wow. This is a great video.
I mean, honestly, like, this isn't even...
I felt that one.
This isn't even so much of, like, I want Lynch to win. It's like, who actually wants Natalya to win?
Right. I really don't dislike Natalya. I don't.
No,
but this is one of those, it's her hometown kind of things.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just haven't really been a fan of Natalya for a while.
if they were doing this in LA, do you really think Natalya would be the contender for the title?
No. It's like, you know, she's kind of had just like the same look for a while. She seems a little sloppy in the ring, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like there are certain spots where she gets a little hesitant. I don't know. I think it's better if Lynch stays champion.
I agree.
Although they need to find her a really good opponent after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They need somebody who could actually, you know, they need somebody credible. You know.
Yes. Agreed.
So, yes.
From one women's championship to another. SmackDown women's title. We got Bayley defending against Ember Moon. Who is your pick? Oh, the first thinker, huh?
Who are you picking?
Well,
whoever you pick, I'll pick the opposite.
Okay, I was gonna go with Bayley.
Heard. I'll go with Ember Moon for the surprise win.
Okay. First, different.
Ember Moon turns a Bayley to belly into a surprise eclipse. Like Bayley's gonna go for like a second rope. Bayley to belly, but Ember's gonna like roll through it and just hit her with an eclipse, win the title.
That would be cool.
If they can pull that off.
Okay. Let's see. 3 matches to go. We got Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Owens loses, he quits. Now,
I feel like it's a rule of thumb that you just can't choose Shane to win.
Right. Yeah, just like all the rumors and just the direction of the storyline, how everyone wants it to go. Like, if Owens loses here, like how do you book yourself out of that?
Yeah. Like, oh, you're just gonna have him.
Don't do the stupid he quits thing, and it's like, here's a new contract.
Like he quits, but oh, here he is right in the front row with the ticket. Oh, he just jumped the barricade and started attacking people. You know, like how fans can do that.
Yeah.
What up, Bret Hart?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Kevin Owens to win.
So we both got Owens probably. I don't realistically see Shane winning this.
Don't want him to win.
Next up, we have the WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston defends against Randy Orton.
Randall
Keith Orton.
Have you ever heard the Cultaholic like little jingle they have for Randy Orton? Like Randall Keith.
No, I haven't watched a whole lot of Cultaholic to be honest, but
I like that part. It's funny.
Let's see.
Oh God.
I think this. Okay, I'll explain my reasoning in a second after you pick yours, but I'm gonna go with Kofi to retain. Who is your pick?
I'm gonna go with Kofi retaining, but an after-match beatdown by Randy Orton.
It doesn't play into the.
I know, but at least giving something, so we're not just like, oh, Kofi. Okay, let's move on.
I'm just gonna put all that in there just for the sake of having it.
Because I think we've talked about it before. It's like WWE isn't too keen on putting the title on Orton for certain reasons.
That was basically the reasoning for my pick, was that he's only got one strike left, and then he has to be. His contract is terminated.
I think it would be better if anyone's going to be Kofi for the title, it's somebody who hasn't held it like 13 times. So,
but I don't mind that really. But they have like this kind of history.
Yeah. I
don't really know why it's only being brought up 10 years later, but
it's because Kofi didn't become champion until then.
That's true, but I like the story. I really do.
I mean, hey, why did it take 15 years for Brock versus Goldberg? Why did it take 14 years for Sting to show up in WWE? Why did it take 10 years?
He was
for
just gone for 14 years.
He just didn't exist.
He didn't wrestle at all. Nowhere. And the final match, at least the final match listed as of the time of recording, the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar defends against Seth Rollins. Who is your pick?
Obviously, I would like for Seth to win. But at the same time, like, it was hard to find it credible whenever Seth was 100% beating Brock Lesnar. So, a destroyed Seth Rollins, especially when Dean's not there to help him, Roman's off, dodging cars and weird Jenga setups in the back, in the back area. So, unless Rollins has like a real trick up his sleeve, I think Lesnar will retain.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So you've got Lesnar to retain. I was gonna take a big risk here and say Rollins.
I was about to say easy nature. I was about to say, what if Paul Heyman turns on Lesnar? But at the same time, that'd be a pretty dumb thing to do, especially with how dominant Brock looks recently. And it's like, why would you want to side with the dude who's all beat up?
Right. But if Seth is the guy who can beat Brock Lesnar more than once,
yeah,
why would you not side with someone that can beat the guy you thought was pretty much unbeatable? So for that, it makes sense. But also, I think it would take a lot for Heyman to break ties with Lesnar.
Yes.
Lesnar was pretty much the reason why he stopped being teamed with CM Punk, kind of. But also, CM Punk didn't really need Heyman.
Yes and no. I mean, it was a good dynamic for a while, but it was something that didn't need to be together. But
right. I would say because Punk is a great wrestler and he's great on the mic. He didn't need Heyman.
Exactly.
So, okay. So out of all 10 SummerSlam matches, only 2 of our predictions are different. So it could come down to that. But we do have our last bonus prediction to get through. And I've got mine. You said you got yours?
I've got something.
Got something? I am pretty much going to go with what I did last time and say that Sasha Banks is returning to start a feud with Bayley.
Okay.
Regardless of the outcome of the women's title match, I think Sasha's returning. Maybe she'll do a babyface celebration with her for a minute, and then she attacks her.
Yeah.
You bleep, 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 bleep. B word.
Okay.
Sasha Banks returns to start a feud.
It's not just Sasha Banks returning. She has to start a feud
with Bayley. Yes.
So it has to be all that criteria.
Yes. What is your bonus prediction?
My prediction is that at some point on the show, kickoff or main show, we good?
That was scary.
Are you still recording? Okay.
All good, fam.
had a quick surge there. Yeah. Either on the pre-show or the main show, at some point in the night, Mike Cucknellis will be degraded by his wife.
That's come on.
Hey.
I put your prediction, Mike Cucknellis will be degraded by his wife.
Nice.
At some point during the night. That means you have to watch the pre-show then.
Okay.
All 2 hours of it.
I mean, it'll be background noise, but
yeah.
As soon as I hear some loud screeching, it's oh, that must be her.
As soon as I hear a pterodactyl on my screen.
The pregnant champ.
I thought it was funny how he won the title from her though, when she was
I didn't see the segment.
Okay, so you remember how last week she was strutting around saying pregnant champ, this and that, and everyone's I can't do anything about it now.
Yeah.
She's next week is my OBGYN appointment, so feel free to come try and pin me while my legs are in the stirrups. And that's exactly what her husband did to her. But he was oh, I love you so much, and then I did a hug thing, and then the doctor was a ref in disguise,
yeah.
and she was she countered it, and he's I won, oh my god. I was a little confused, but I was that's perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're gonna show up Sunday, and Maria's just gonna be You took my title, and then you lost it.
Right. You had to... I don't know.
It's just like how
you had to trick me while I was vulnerable.
Yeah. Just like how you got me pregnant the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Something to that effect. Okay. Well,
so
that's all the predictions.
How many different predictions do we actually have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's some room to work with there, but not much.
6 with the second bonus prediction.
With all the bonus predictions, yes.
Okay. So there's definitely a way that we could somebody could win, at least.
Yeah. And excuse me. Remember, with the bonus predictions, if yours is not correct, the other person gets a point. So yeah. All right, it's dinner time, and then followed by bedtime.
I'm gonna go home and curl up in a ball.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So we will be back next week if everything goes as well. Goes well. We will do the SummerSlam, recap, whatever, and then we will talk about the Season 2 Fantasy League rules, and then finish with the draft.
Let's say we're at least gonna get rosters figured out. I will say. I think we have 2 weeks before it really starts to kick in.
Right. Sorry, I'm yawning again.
Quit that.
I'm trying not to.
It's a yawn outbreak here. Patient 0.
So yeah, next week should be the draft, and then the points should actually start on the Raw and SmackDown after that.
Yes.
So about 2 weeks' time, or about a week and a half by the time this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I wanted to point out.
One more thing.
NXT, the last episode of NXT before TakeOver is actually on right now, but we're doing the podcast. So if anything significant happens on that to change the card, we haven't seen it, obviously.
Yes, which I doubt it. NXT is pretty far in advance on things, so shouldn't change up too much.
I was wondering if they do the last episode on its own before TakeOver, but maybe not. Maybe they do a couple. I don't know how it works.
I don't know. If there's anything that we need to account for, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
I mean,
I'll.
Unfortunately, I work this Saturday, so I will not be watching the show until Sunday.
So. And then you got SummerSlam to do.
Yep.
Yawning again.
My Sunday is going to be all wrestling. It's not bad.
It's not a bad way to spend your Sunday.
Yep.
But that's all we got time for. And yes, if anything changes, I will put it in the video before. Obviously, I have to watch TakeOver. Or not TakeOver. I'm so flustered right now. I have to watch NXT, then edit this podcast, then it will go up. So if there's anything missing, I will put it in.
All right, let's end it there.
Let's end it now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Come back next week. We'll talk more about some wrestling, and you can get involved in the Fantasy League if you feel like it. So,
yay! Waffle is returning.
See you guys later.